Howdy. Hello, hello, hello. Howdy do, howdy do. We are live once more. Hooray. I feel like I sound very unenthusiastic when I say that, but I am like pretty hyped. I'm like, yeah, let's do this. I am actually excited. Oh, don't worry about that. Doing a little bit of more setup in the background. And there we go. Got YouTube chat. Now we are ready to rock pretty much. Alright. It's another musical Muse Day. I think I'm just gonna commit to the Muse Day thing. Just make that like the thing, I guess we call these days. Musical Muse Day. As voted by our lovely supporters on YouTube, we are going to be watching Next to Normal. The vote was actually pretty close this time, so very excited. Not entirely sure what to expect. I think I generally don't do a lot of research into what these things that I'm going to react to are. Just, you know, so my reaction could be more authentic. But I think this has something to do with a ghost. I saw a comment saying something about a ghost, so I'm like, that's... I guess that's what this has to do with. Yeah. Sorry, I have some things I gotta set up on the side as well. Normally I would have these things done already, but again, I took a nap just like yesterday, and oh my goodness. These naps, which I'm very glad that I take them, but they make me so groggy when I'm waking up. I could probably resolve that by, you know, getting more sleep and not going to sleep late, but that's probably not gonna happen, to be honest with you. For a little while, I had like a better sleep schedule, but anyway. Babidi bada boom. We are ready to watch. Now, I'm not sure which musical to watch. Alright? Because for Next to Normal, there's actually two versions that I found. Which is Next to Normal second Broadway preview original cast. And another one, which is BU on Broadway presents Next to Normal 2024. I have no idea which one I should check out. Like or if there's like another video people recommend that I check out instead. Any ideas, comments, concerns? Put them in the chats. I'll probably go with whatever people say first, to be honest with you. I'll give you guys a moment to discuss. How's your days been? Mine has been pretty nice. I wake up, exercise, get ready for stream, and now I'm ready for stream. Yay. I mean, I probably could have done some video editing now that I think about it. Speaking of, I will get like a video ready soon. Not familiar enough with this show to know which version to go with. That's fair. I mean, I might just flip a coin. If no one has any like specific ideas, I'll flip a coin. Seems like a good enough idea to me. I don't know. Let me just let me get my like let me get my Jurassic Park big coin. Where's my Bitcoin? It's gone. Wait, found it. Found it. I could not find it for a second. Yeah. It's like a Jurassic Park coin. This is heads. This is tails. So heads, we watch the original. Tails, we watch the 2024. Tails it is. 2024, we're checking out. It's a very fancy coin. I don't even know where I got it. I genuinely don't remember. Alright. Then we turn off that music. Do a little YouTube intro, and then we'll jump into this. I don't even know why I really bother with the YouTube intros. A lot of these, like, reactions don't even become videos. I guess I really don't need to do a reaction. If I want to do one, I then can just record an intro after the fact. That's probably a better idea, actually. Let's just watch the video. My goodness. Alright, here we are. BU on Broadway presents Next to Normal. I'm assuming BU is a university, something university. Bob University.
Hello!
Hi. It might be best to watch the newer version in case there's any terminology that need updating. That's fair as well, actually.
Broadway production of Next to Normal. I'm the director, I'm Dylan.
I'm the assistant director, I'm Belen.
And before we get started, we have just a few things to share with you. First things first, the emergency exits are behind you to your left and right. And in any case we need to evacuate, please calmly but quickly get up and go out those doors and out that main door you came in towards Fitrek.
I have one emergency exit, and it's over there. We should be good.
Actors will be moving through the house throughout the performance, so please keep all the aisles clear.
The content of this show is rather heavy, so before we start, we wanted to give quick trigger warnings for suicide, child loss, drug abuse, and flashing lights. If at any point in the performance you feel uncomfortable, please feel free to use those same
Worrying, slightly worrying.
exits and stay in our lobby for a little while. And if you need more information about the content of our show, please check out our playbill.
That being said, the show is very moving, and we truly believe the content of the show is very important to the representation of mental health and the stigmas around that.
I'm probably gonna cry by the end of this, aren't I? I swear, I feel like I've been crying a lot in these past couple of streams.
So please, we hope the message of this story goes with you beyond these doors, and that you think about this later. And with that being said, I want to extend a giant thank you to every single person who worked on this production. We have the most amazing cast.
Yay!
Behind me since day one, making this all happen in just 7 weeks, which is not easy for a show like this. So just thank you to all those people.
Wait, that is really impressive. 7 weeks? That's like 2 months only. My goodness.
We also want to thank you guys for being here on our closing night to enjoy all of the hard work that everyone has put into this production. You're going to see that they're absolutely going to kill it. And we also want to remind you guys that this is not the last BU theater production that's happening this semester. Just next weekend, you can come see Stage Troops No Exit in this very theater, and they're going to absolutely kill it.
It's kind of a long intro.
Every weekend from now to the end of the semester, there's a show in this theater, and in just 2 weeks, there's a show happening inside Performance Center presented by BU Anastasia. So go check.
Cool. What does BU stand for? I feel like they said it and I missed it.
Without further ado, BU on Broadway presents
Next to Normal!
Yay! Does this have something to do with a ghost? I swear it. I saw something, and every time I hear Next to Normal, it just makes me think of like a pun of paranormal, like next to Norman or whatever. The kid who can see ghosts in that one movie. Okay. Oh! Hello. Are you our protagonist?
What are you doing up? It's 3:30 a.m.
It's the 7th
Oh my goodness. This feels very relatable immediately. I feel like if I went out more, this would be my mom. She's like this when the little I go out already. Imagine if I'm like out and it's like till super late. She would be horrified. It'd be like, I was like, oh my gosh, who kidnapped you? Are you dead? Did you get struck by a lightning bolt? Not a ghost per se, no. At least not in the supernatural sense. That is a very interesting comment. I have thoughts about that, but we'll see where that goes.
Say about watching the news.
Now you act all sweet and surly, but you swore you'd come home early, and you lied.
You have got to let go, Mom. I'm almost 18.
Are you snorting coke?
Huh? Says you like pancakes. They say you hate waffles. That feels like that moment right there. My goodness. Although you did lie. You said you would come home early.
Not the moment. Ow!
Your father, go up the back way.
Why does he hate me?
Because you're a little twat.
You can't call me a twat.
She just did.
Everything okay? I heard voices.
Oh, it's just me talking to myself. Now you go on upstairs. I'll be up for sex in a minute.
You'll, are you sure you're okay?
Oh.
Go.
That interaction took me off guard, but okay, sure, yeah.
We're the perfect loving family, so adoring, and I love him every day of every week.
Okay.
So my son's a little shit, my husband's boring, and my
Aw.
daughter, though a genius, is a freak. Still I help them love.
What do you mean she's a freak? Oh boy. So we're already starting off with the classic, the you know, nuclear family, except everything sucks and no one's really happy about this dynamic. Which I don't know what time period it has been really popular, but it has been a very popular like dynamic for a while. Which is kind of sad. I kind of would like more things where it's just like a happy family who just deal with something while still being like a relatively supportive to each other. I don't know, whatever.
Each other, father, mother, sister, brother, cheek to cheek. Natalie, it's 4 in the morning. Is everything okay?
Oh, hey.
It's great! Why wouldn't it be great? It's great! I've just got 3 more chapters of calculus, a physics problem set, a history quiz, and 2 pages on full imagery of flowers for Algernon, which is like...
Wait, none of that explains why you were out of the house at 4 a.m. Are you enjoying this so far? I mean, so far, we're only like 4 minutes in. I like the music. Decent setup.
Everything's so under control, it's just like... calm.
Oh, I understand her too deeply. Listen, my way of dealing with stress, very similar. Just don't acknowledge that you're stressed, and therefore you aren't stressed. All that pressure crushing you? Bro, I'm not even stressed.
Honey, you need to slow down and take some time for yourself. I'm going to go have sex with your father.
Great. Thanks,
I feel like you didn't really need to tell us that. It's a TMI a little bit.
I'm so glad I know that.
So it's times like these I wonder how I take it, and if other families live the way we do, if they love each other or if they just hate it, and if other daughters feel like I feel too.
'Cause some days I think I'm dying, but I'm really only trying to get through.
Just another day for another stolen hour. The world feel like flower and just another day feeling like
So I'm gonna make a prediction right now. We're at in this moment that. So this is our setup song of, okay, this is the status quo for this family, right? Everyone's pretty unhappy for one reason or another. Maybe in like 1 or 2 songs, we're gonna have the thing that shatters this life, you know, the inciting incident, and then the whole family is gonna have to like essentially scramble to put themselves back together. And it's probably gonna be very sad. One of your favorite actors was on the original Broadway cast? Oh, sweet. Cool, nice.
That was great. That was great, wasn't it? That was great. Oh, Bryce, I'm gonna be late.
Oh, that'll teach you to take a whole 10 minutes.
I'm sorry.
Isn't it a beautiful day?
Oh, sure. I mean, it's raining and cloudy and awfully cold for September, but yeah, beautiful.
Makes you want to dive in
I like the rain, man.
both feet, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I never know what she's talking about. It's up to you to hold your house together. A house you built with patience and with care. But you're grappling with that gray and rainy weather. You're living on a latte and a prayer. Keep the cup from tipping. Keep your grip from slipping in despair. Just another day in the hustle and worry. Wanna wipe your worries clean away. Just another.
I don't know what his problems are yet at this moment, but okay. He seems generally not positive, but overall probably the happiest of the family, I guess.
I keep the place all fitting with a smile so wide and waiting all the way. 'Cause what doesn't kill me doesn't kill me, so fill me up for just another day.
That's such a good twist on the line. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Because, like, besides the fact that that line only really works metaphorically, like, you know, a small amount of mercury poison doesn't kill you, but it does not make you stronger. It permanently damages you because it's like a heavy metal and, like, stays in your body. Anyway, tangent. But, I mean, what doesn't kill you, just, you survive. You continue on surviving until you can't survive anymore for one reason or another.
It only hurts when I'm here.
You're going to be late, and you've got a huge day.
You've got no idea what I do for school every day.
Jazz band
What-
before school, class, key club, and then football.
Not bad.
Okay, going.
You were wrong, I guess. You knew exactly what you did. Which, I mean, I wouldn't be that hard to guess. I assume that when you go to school, you do school stuff.
It only hurts when he goes.
Morning, sunshine.
So, I got the date for my winter recital. Do you think you guys can come?
We'll put it on the calendar.
I'm on the calendar, so on April of last year.
Oh, well.
She ignored him. I'm sorry. The sister ignored the brother.
Happy Easter!
Happy Easter!
Happy Easter!
She is on fire this morning.
Oh, I know.
Oh, ew!
Hey, can you do the shot?
Guys, come on! Not in front of the kids.
Today, I am absolutely slammed at work and
Sure, they're like, probably like 18, but come on.
out of everything.
I keep Cave clean. You go out, get fired.
Absolutely. Again, no clue.
Aw, come on, that was a great joke. You unga bunga hunt, I keep cave clean.
It only hurts when I'm free.
When I cry,
It only hurts when I cry.
when I
It
work,
hurts when I cry.
So it just hurts, is what I'm hearing. It only hurts when I hurt, which is all the time. Are these like the representation of their hurt? He doesn't have one. Cause I'm like, why are they? Where they come from? I think she's having a little bit of a break. Oh, hi. You okay?
Dad?
Mom, don't worry about it. Go on ahead, you'll miss the bus.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm fine.
You would look like the opposite of fine, to be honest with you. I'm gonna be blunt.
I was just making sandwiches. On the floor.
Yeah, very normal.
Miss the bus.
Go. Everything okay?
I wanted to get ahead on lunches.
Sure. Let me help you up.
Yeah.
Carried away.
Maybe a little. Hey, let's call Dr. Fine. This is just a blip. Okay? It's nothing to be worried about. I'll clean up the sandwiches. And,
Yeah. Okay. I mean, good to know that he's at least relatively understanding about this. It's like, yeah, it's like, all right, come on. We'll just get you some help. I'll clean up. Don't worry. Okay, so the relationship isn't that bad at the very least, it seems. Thankfully. It is active. We unfortunately know about that as well. I'm sorry, the music just coming back in right after that scene took me off guard. Oh. Plays piano. The keyboard. Damn, she's good too. Every time I see somebody playing piano, I remember, man, I really should have practiced piano more when I was younger. I mean, I could still start now. And I kind of have been considering starting it. If only so I can make like an outro song with like the piano. I think that'd be kind of fun. But, well.
Mozart.
Bravo.
Crazy.
Yeah?
Flat fucking crazy.
Oh,
Bad shit I hear.
you don't say.
Music's not crazy. It's balanced. It's nimble. It's crystalline clear. There's harmony, logic. You listen to these. You don't hear his doubts or his debts or disease. You scan through the score and put fingers on the keys and you play.
I'm guessing he put all of his sanity and order into his music then. Maybe it was an outlet in one way or another.
Everything else goes away. Everything else goes away. You play till it's perfect. You play till you ache. You play till the strings or your fingernails break. So you rock that recital and get into Yale. So you won't feel so sick and you won't look so pale. So you got your full ride and your
The sickness and paleness is probably more about overworking yourself rather than, you know, not getting into Yale. I'm sure getting into Yale on like a scholarship would probably help though. boy. Okay.
It's just a sonata away, and you play, everything else goes away, everything else goes away.
Sinking into music, I feel like, is such a relieving experience. It's like, because no matter what stresses and emotions you have, if you could just find the right song to really express those emotions, the catharsis you feel for a moment does make everything else kind of fade away. They're still there, and you will eventually have to deal with the problems, but for a moment, everything seems less stressed, and you can decompress and then go back into it with a ready heart and a sharper mind.
Sounds good.
I
Hi.
sat in this practice room for 7.5 minutes. So,
Yeah, I mean, I know. I just like to listen. I'm Henry.
Natalie.
I mean, you didn't have to barge in, though, Henry. Could've...
Yeah, I mean, I know.
It's a little
Oh, you do?
creepy that you know.
Is
We've
it?
been in school together for 6 years.
Really?
Yeah, I sit behind you in 4 classes.
I've never assumed it's weird when somebody knows me. There's been a surprising number of times where somebody has known me, and I have no idea who they are. But really, that's more of a me thing. I'm so unaware of people outside of my bubble. It's like, so whenever somebody's like, "Yeah, I know you. We've been together. Like, I've known you for years," and I'm like, "All right." I just assume they're telling the truth, and that, yeah, that's true. Which, I mean, I assume, why would it be a lie? So it's not that strange that somebody knows you just because you don't recognize them.
Also creepy.
What? He's not the one who chooses to sit behind you. Probably it's most schools, like us in like the U.S. at least, assign seats.
You're in here a lot? Before school? After?
Right. 7 minutes. So.
There
You
you go.
give up way too easily.
You're kind of
And the signals are mixed. I assumed you genuinely wanted him out of there, but no. Okay, cool.
confusing person.
You should meet my mother.
What? I genuinely don't know what she said there. Sorry, give me a moment.
You're kind of a confusing person.
You're kind of a confusing person. There we go.
You should meet my mother.
I guess you take after her a little bit. No offense.
Pink ones are taken with food, but not with the white ones. The white ones are taken with the round yellow ones, but not the triangle yellow ones. The triangle yellow ones are taken with the oblong green ones, with food, but not with the pink ones. The train is leaving New York at 120 miles an hour, and another train is leaving St. Petersburg at the same time.
What? Huh? What's she talking about? What are these words that she's saying? Sorry, give me a moment. I'm sorry. That confused me so much. Okay. Okay, I guess.
Backwards, which train?
Who's crazy? The husband or wife who's crazy to live their whole life, believing that somehow things aren't as bizarre as they are.
Wait.
Who's crazy?
Wait, I know this song. I actually know this song. Do I? I'm pretty sure I know this song. I swear I've heard an animatic of this song specifically. I did not expect to encounter it. Oh my goodness. Who's crazy? Yeah, I know this song.
The one who can't cope, or maybe the one who still hopes, the one who sees doctors, or the one who just waits in the car. And I was a wild 25 who
That's rough, man. I'm guessing the wives, like, I forgot her name. Have we gotten her name? I assume so, but I forgot it. I'm guessing her like mental issues have really strained the marriage then to like an extreme degree, if that's the case. I wonder how long they have been doing this, like going to different psychiatrists and stuff.
Brown blue ones with food, but not with the oblong white ones. The white ones with brown yellow ones, but not the trapezoidal green ones. Split the green ones into thirds with a tiny chisel. Use a mortar and pestle to grind into a fine powder.
Psychopharmacologist and I. It's like an odd romance.
What? What about what she said was romantic? Oh, she's having delusions. Uh-oh.
And very intimate. We do our dance. My psychopharmacologist and I call it a lover's game. She knows my deepest secrets. I know her name.
Yeah, there's a slight power like imbalance here in this relationship that you assume is happening.
No, she'll never hold me. She'll always take my calls. It's truly like she told me. Without a little lift, the ballerina falls.
Hey Diana, bipolar depression with delusional episodes. 16-year history to medication.
Do they not use microphones? Because it's so difficult to hear them, even though I have the volume relatively high up, and there are no closed captions.
After 1 week,
I have headaches, blurry vision. I can't feel my toes.
so we'll try again, and eventually we'll get it right.
It's not a very exact science, is it?
Oh,
Not
wait.
a very exact science.
She was talking about the effects of like anti-something medication, right? Is that what this conversation was at? I only know because I saw the animatic.
So we'll try again, and eventually adjustments after 1 week.
I have headaches, blurry vision. I can't feel my toes.
Blurry vision says she can't feel her toes. It's worrying.
So we'll try again, and eventually we'll get it right.
It's not a very exact science, is it?
I mean, all bodies are different. They need different doses and different medications. It's rough.
Well, thank you, Dr. Valium is my favorite color. How'd you know?
It's
Oh.
just that the thing with jazz is, how do you ever know if you got it right? It's
Oh, we're
just
back with Henry. Wait, does he play jazz on the piano? I love jazz so much. But also, you have it right if it sounds right, pretty much, when it comes to jazz. That's literally it.
making shit up.
Which is also known as the act of creation.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
one of those pretentious stoner types.
That's not fair. I'm not pretentious. I'm definitely not classical. It's so rigid and structured. There's no room for improvisation. You have to play the notes on the page.
Right.
A mix of it would be some classical jazz. I feel like I've heard that, actually. And I really liked it. So, there's always space in between. Although, both of them on their own are also pretty good.
Then what did Mozart know anyway? He should have just smoked a bowl and jammed on Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Yeah, let's do that.
Sounds like a great time. Unfortunately, school theater doesn't always have the highest budget, so it's more likely they just don't have microphones, which is fair. It does make it a little difficult to hear them, unfortunately.
Diana, 7 adjustments after 3 weeks.
Oh yeah, your
Delusions
medication.
less frequent, but depressive state worse.
I'm nauseous and I'm constipated. Completely lost my appetite, but gained 6 pounds, which, you know, is just not fair.
that is not fair. It's like, it's like, bro, I'm literally eating less, but I'm gaining more weight. That's crazy.
Because the following style that's not on dizziness, drowsiness, sexual dysfunction. There are things happening when you're sexy on the face.
Man, this sounds like the classic American ad about medicine. And death?
Goodman Diana, third adjustment after 5 weeks. Reports continued mild anxiety and some lingering depression.
I now can't feel my fingers or my toes, and I sweat profusely for no.
It feels like it's getting worse. Whatever direction you're going in does not seem like the right direction medication-wise. Oh boy.
reason.
I've wasted like weeks of practice with you in here, improvising.
Oscar Peterson was classically trained.
Beethoven did cocaine.
Miles Davis went to Juilliard.
Mozart wrote poems about farts.
I'm glad that at least they're having a great time over there. Their practice. It seems like she's at least having fun playing the piano now, but when before it seemed like such a stressful process to her for perfection. Although then again, I hope she gets into Yale. You know, this seems like kind of important to her.
Luckily, I have absolutely no desire for sex. Although whether that's the medicine or the marriage is anybody's guess.
I'm sure it's the medicine.
Thank you, that's very sweet, doctor. But my husband
I'm sure it's the medicine.
waiting in the car.
Who's crazy?
I don't think she was flirting with you, ma'am.
The one who's half gone from me. The one who holds on, remembering when she was 20 and brilliant and bold.
It's interesting because I remember when I watched the animatic of this song, I remember a surprising amount of people were very, like, against him, like the husband, for, you know, what he's singing about. Which to me seemed very odd because he's still here and he's still trying to support her. And we don't know at this point how long things have been like this. We only know that this specific 1 month, essentially, when it was 5 weeks, so like 2 months. And we don't know. And when the song started, there was implication that this has been going on for longer than a couple months. So, I mean, is it wrong for a person to long for the times before when their marriage was better? I don't know. At least he's not the one who's pining after another person. Yet. That might change.
And I was so young and so dumb, and now I am old. And she was wicked and wired. The sex was simply inspired. Now there's no sex.
Oh, right. That was specifically the reason why people seemed upset with him. Because he was like, it's like, they were like, oh man, she's having all these issues and he only cares about the sex. That just seems like part of the situation, which is part of their, you know, it's part of their relationship. So it's like, I don't know.
She's depressed, and me, I'm just tired, 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 crazy. The one you're
Maybe the one who's
They say love is blind, but believe me, love is insane.
That seems very true. Love is kind of like a little bit of an obsession. Well, not an obsession that you gotta maintain in it. But still. Horrible things have been done in the name of love.
Diana, 7 weeks.
I don't feel like myself. I don't feel anything.
Patient stable.
That's such a horrible ending line. Because in the end, that's really, for a lot of the psychiatrists, that's all they're trying to get to. Stable. Everything else, you know, the fact that you're essentially an emotionless husk who's just drifting through life, that's not their problem. Their point is to keep you functional. Not all. Okay, you know, a lot of psychiatrists care. They go the extra mile. But at the same time, for a lot of people, stable is all they can reach as well. So, it's rough. It's very sad. Woo! Alright. How you guys doing?
Your mom is like in the next room.
She's in denial. It's totally convenient. Dude,
She's in denial? So she's just like ignoring the fact that you're doing weed. He's like, no, my son doesn't do weed. Right as he's like smoking a fat doobie right next to her.
it's therapeutic.
Right. It's medical marijuana for your ADD.
Totally.
Whatever you say, man.
I don't put anything into my mouth that's on fire. So.
I guess that's a good one.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Honestly, I agree with that general line of logic. Smoking, just anything seems like makes me very uncomfortable. But as do a lot of like things that impair your mind as well. Drugs, I don't think I would want to use any drugs. Like even like in a safe amount, I just worry too much about myself.
Look, I can't do this. Not with my life. I'm like one fuck up from disaster. So.
Your life
Oh.
is not a disaster. The environment's a disaster.
Don't play around with fire safety, alright, Henry? I liked you before. Don't make me regret that opinion. Oh, man.
Rent is a disaster.
Or stone.
Our planet is poison. The ocean is the air. Around and beneath and above.
Henry,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
true and I totally care.
I'm trying to tell you I love you.
What?
World is that
You are? Is that what you were saying? I think the fact that you're stoned is getting a little bit in the way of your message.
war filled with death and disease. We dance on the edge of destruction. With the looks getting warmer by deadly degrees.
And this is one fucked up seduction.
I think where he's going with this is that, hey, everything sucks and it's awful, so we might as well be together, because who knows when the world's gonna end. So no point in wasting time, I guess? Probably?
And it is pretty much broken beyond all repair. But one thing is working. You're standing there. Searching for you.
Alright, that was pretty smooth. Alright, Henry.
I would be perfect for you. I might be lazy, alone, bit of a stoner, it's true. But I might be perfect. I'll make myself perfect for you. You square all the corners.
Alright. Honestly, this is becoming a pretty good seduction. He's like, listen, I will change for you if you want to be better for you. I mean, that's love. Because genuinely improving for another person because you want to be better for them. Alright.
I stream number.
You've got to nerve, Henry, and I'm just on nerves.
But even if everything else hurts,
Will be the one thing in this world that hurts.
I don't know if it's going to end well, though, because we're only like 22 minutes into like a 2-hour musical.
I can't fix what's fucked up.
one thing I know I can do. I can be perfect for you.
Be perfect for you.
Yay.
Perfect for you.
That's wonderful. At least for now, everything is pretty good. Give me a brief moment. I gotta do something. Sorry about that. Alright, what's next? I mean, we're getting a pretty deep idea into this whole family. Mother has mental issues. Father is kind of just there at the moment. Daughter is like a perfectionist with a lot of stress, but she, you know, finding love. Son, haven't seen him in a minute, honestly. I don't know what his deal is. I'm guessing his thing is that he's ignored, because he's always been in the background whenever he's on screen with everybody else. His sister ignored him, so he's just ignored.
Nice house. Can I come in?
Oh,
You're already here.
no.
Okay.
Uh-oh. You gotta go. Escape there before they jump you.
Are you on your own, daughter?
When did she get a boyfriend? How did I miss this?
Kind of miss a lot.
Do you think they're in love?
Who knows?
I mean, they're in high school. It's kind of impossible to tell. Maybe. You know, high school sweethearts don't often work out, but they do occasionally work out.
They're young, they're horny. It happens.
Oh. Specifically, I think the mom is bipolar. Good to know. All right.
Marry me.
Huh?
What?
Marry.
Huh?
Let's start a family. I know. We're too young, but we're not. I'm almost 22. And how do you know this is a sign saying we belong together?
Is this like a memory? Because that is the father. I think it is. Also, it's this is a really cool way of indicating that it's a memory by putting like a different light on him, like this soft, like purple, pinkish light.
How do you know this isn't a sign saying get new rubbers?
Because I know it's not. I love you. And this baby.
Dan, this is crazy.
Maybe it is.
Okay. So through them, she's remembering her own like proposal. Well, her husband's proposal. I wonder if that will make her more supportive or less supportive, because she's like, look at how my marriage turned out. You don't want to do this. I don't support this relationship. Okay. No conversation. Cool. Got it.
There was a time when I flew higher. Was a time the wild girl running free.
Who dropped their cup? My goodness. That scared me.
Be me. Now I see her feel the fire. Now I know she needs me there to share. I'm nowhere. All these blank.
I mean, it's probably hard to be there for your children when you are essentially a husk of yourself because of the medications you're taking.
Tranquil years. Seems they've dried up all my tears. And while she rides free
Hi.
and fast, seems my wild.
I think these like people dressed in black are maybe they're supposed to represent just thoughts in general rather than specific emotions.
Days are past.
sounds like you guys had a very exciting life before. Which is interesting because it sounds like you guys got married because you had children early.
I miss the mountains.
Or maybe she specifically had an exciting life.
I miss the highs and lows. All the climbing, all the falling, all the while the wild wind blows, stinging you with snow and soaking you with the rain. I miss the mountains. I miss the pain.
Oh. Oh, that does sound kind of worse. She misses the pain. I guess an absolute numbness is worse, you know? Just not feeling anything. No matter, at that point, you'd rather feel something, even if it's negative. Isn't that just depression, though, kind of? Well, depression comes in many forms. Is this medicine also making her depressed? That's sad.
Mountains make you crazy. Here it's safe and sound. My mind is somewhere hazy. My feet are on the ground. Everything is balanced here and not an even keel. Everything is perfect. Nothing's real.
I feel like they're kind of obsessed with perfection a little bit. Maybe because their lives are so imperfect, they want to pretend to a certain degree that it is perfect. There's nothing wrong with our lives. Everything is fine. We're so perfect. We're such a perfect nuclear family. Everything is chill. Except it's not, and it never really has been.
Nothing's real. And I miss the mountains. I miss the lonely climb.
I think she's gonna throw away her medication, which I don't think is the right thing to do. If the medication is making you feel this awful, I feel like you have to be like, I have to change this medication. But just going cold turkey does not seem like the best idea when it comes to medication.
Wandering through the wilderness and spending all my time where the air is clear, cuts you like a knife. I miss the mountains. I miss the mountains.
Wow, that's a lot of medications for. As someone who is depressed very often, I do agree that feeling anything is much better than feeling nothing. There you go. One example, I guess.
I miss my life. I miss my life.
Okay. So this is probably going to go pretty well at first, and then immediately the consequences of not taking your medication will show as well. Because she's still bipolar. That hasn't changed. Oh, her son's here.
Sure about this?
You think it's a bad idea?
No. I think it's a great idea. You're great.
What will your father think?
Nothing. He doesn't. No.
What do you mean nothing? You're just not gonna tell him? Not gonna let the dad know?
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Because it's all working just the way I knew it would.
Oh boy. Immediately the everything's fine, everything's great song, which I'm sure is either gonna end or be followed by, well, actually everything's not that great, in fact.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah?
It's all working just the way I knew it would.
Sure.
I don't sit at work just waiting for the phone to ring. It's a good thing.
Uh-oh. Hi. Who's calling?
Oh, hey, hi, hello, sweetie. Yeah, everything's fantastic here. I just rewired the computer, did some decoupage, and cleaned the entire house. Okay, bye-bye.
Oh, she's a little manic right now.
Next, I think I'll retile the roof.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. The sex is still amazing, and the tone stay that late. It's almost been a month, and she's as happy as a clam.
Ah, see, and there's the thing, because she's bipolar, I know a kind of amount of information. Don't take my word for anything, because I'm not a doctor or a psychologist or anything. But when you're bipolar, generally you have highs and lows. The rate at which they change varies a lot, you know, but like a monthly situation is relatively common, where you are manic for like a month, which, I mean, to the people around you, depending on the type of how it like manifests, it can seem fairly positive, because you seem energetic, willing to do everything, you keep going. And then you have your lows where you are essentially everything's awful and you're just so sad, and how it manifests varies again. So for this past month, he's probably been having a great month. He's like, man, she's been so happy. I guess the medicine's finally working. Because again, I guess he just doesn't know she's not taking it. Which is he's going to be very surprised when the low comes around.
I look great. I am.
I'd ask you in, but it's too soon.
We've been going out for 9 weeks and 3 days.
Oh, you've been counting. That's so sweet, I think. So it's been like 3 months since they've started dating. After like a month, I think, or 2 of like just talking. All right.
Keep counts. You're so the girl.
And this must be Harry. It's pleasure to finally meet you. Why don't you come in and join us for
Yeah, no, it's Henry. Also, hey, he's here.
dinner?
Dad, Henry can't really stay. He's got
It's gonna be good.
homework.
It's gonna be good.
Homework.
It's
Gonna be good.
Right now together like a
Please stop dragging him around.
family should.
Rabies.
Talk and laugh and joke, my family and me. It's gonna be good, you'll see.
Yeah.
I'm chatting just like that, and we'll all be all okay. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great that way. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Right down together like a family should. Talk and laugh and joke, my family and me.
What is going on with the sun? I feel like I'm it's so obvious that there's something going on, right? Like, it's not just me. Like, I counted the like number of plates on the table. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But there's only 4 people here. I guess maybe they gave him the son's plate. No, but they would have just pulled out another plate. People have more plates than that. Usually they have plates for guests, and also could have brought more chairs. And when the son said that his name's Henry, not Harry, he just went like he was ignored. I feel like I'm going crazy. You find out in like 10 seconds? Oh, never mind. Hi, okay.
Someone
The lights went out, okay.
birthday.
Oh, whose birthday is it?
My brother's.
I didn't know you had a brother.
I don't. He died before I was born.
Oh, okay. Wow, when you said like 10 seconds, you were being literal. Wow. Okay. Uh, just give me a moment to process that information. Okay, so the brother that we've been seeing, he's not real, I guess. He's like a hallucination that she's having. Okay, at least that explains why no one reacts to him. It doesn't explain why he's able to be pretty much anywhere, even when she isn't. But then again, like, she was in the house, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Also, I guess it could just be how she imagines he would interact with them. Oh my goodness. So that's what I was saying before. Not like supernatural and finished business ghosts, but like a ghost of the mom's memories. I mean, all ghosts in a way are memories. When a person dies in your house, if like a family member dies, whether you believe in ghosts or not, they do haunt you. All the things that they did, all the little items that they interacted with, that you remember, the memory is there. And in that way, they are a ghost. So that way, he is also a ghost. But, whoo, okay. Wow, what a way to meet the parents of, like, your girlfriend. It's like, okay. Oh gosh. I wonder how often they have to have this conversation with her about, like, honey, he's not alive. He's not here. And probably often. This explains also why she lied when he, like, came down and said, I heard, like, talking. And she's like, oh no, I was talking to myself. Probably because she doesn't want to bring up the fact that she was talking to herself. I thought she was just kind of covering for him. But no. It's more, I don't want to have this conversation about him not being real right now. So let's just say, let's not bring it up at all. Maybe? I don't know how deep her delusion goes and, like, how aware of it she is. Clearly, I mean, it probably varies, like, how extreme it gets. Oh, that was such a sad interaction. Henry's like trying to comfort his girlfriend, and she's like, "No, not right now." Okay, 16 years. At the start of this musical, we were informed that he's 18. So I'm guessing he was like 2 when he died. That's awful. That's actually really tragic. I wonder why, how, what killed him.
This is fucked.
Language.
Fuck this!
It was wonderful to meet you both.
Oh, you're. I guess. Yeah. Go help your girlfriend while they try to figure this out. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have put it like that, but she's right. It's kind of messed up. If I had friends over and this happened, I'd probably feel genuinely very ashamed, even though I don't think that's the right emotion to have here. But still, this is so sad.
What about the new meds?
We have the happiest garbage disposal on the block.
Jesus, God, they were working.
They weren't. Really?
You know, we'll get a new round. Call Dr. Fine.
No.
Listen, I know this is hard, okay?
Really? You know? What exactly do you know?
I know you're hurting. I am too.
this probably wasn't the right thing to say. Like, yes, you are hurting, but no matter what you say, you don't profoundly understand what it's like to be in her position. Like, I can intellectually understand that people with, like, depression and other mental issues struggle, you know? But I can sympathize because of that. I can't really empathize. I can't say I understand. Because, thankfully, I am relatively I'm not going to say neurotypical. I don't really have, like, issues. I'm honestly weirdly content with my life. I've noticed. But yeah, it definitely was not the right thing to say. Oh, lights are red.
Wake up in the morning and you help to lift your head. Read open berries and feel jealous of the dead. It's like living on a cliffside, not knowing when you'll die. Do you know what it's like to die alive? Where the world is white and color beats you might be red and black. Where tomorrow terrifies you, but you'll die if you look back. You don't know. I know you don't know. You say that you're hurting. It sure doesn't show. You don't know. It lays me so low when you say let go, and I say you don't know.
There we go. That's literally what I was saying. You don't know. You don't really know. True. Like, you can imagine the feeling they're feeling, but you haven't felt those feelings yourself. Yeah, exactly. It word for word, essentially what I'm saying, but in a better, more concise form. But also, in this moment, to be completely fair to him, I don't think there's much he could say here that would have calmed her down. Like, that wasn't the right thing to say, but really, what was, you know? Because this isn't about like logic. Like, logically, she should let go. He's been dead for a very long time, and enough time that most people would have gotten over their tragedies, at least to a certain degree, or at least cover the wound with new experiences. Emotionally, on the other hand, it's much harder to say.
The sensation that you're screaming, but you'll never make a sound. Or feeling that you're falling, but you'll never hit the ground. It just keeps on rushing at you, day by day by day by day. You don't know what it's like to live that way, like a refugee.
Oh, I'm guessing he's calling the psychiatrist.
Can you tell me
Oh,
what it is you're afraid of?
I mean, no. No, that's the problem. This isn't like a rational thing.
Can you tell me why I'm afraid it's me? Can I touch you?
Ooh.
Been fine for so long now. How could something go wrong that I can't see? 'Cause I'm holding on, and I won't let go. Just thought you should know. I am the one who knows you. I am the one who cares. I am the one who's always been there.
Interesting decision to go with. It's like, I care about you, and he's like, I just want you to know. That's probably like the best thing you could really say, but also this other stuff, I'm like, I don't know.
I am the one who's helped you, and if you think that I just won't give a damn, you just don't know I am.
I'm sorry, that sting there, it feels very Dear Evan Hansen to me. It's like reminding me of that song. But yeah, there we go. This is, as I was kind of thinking. She's saying you don't know, and honestly, she was implying he doesn't care, which just is not true. That's just is not the case. But when you're so emotional, it's easy to say that kind of stuff, because they don't seem to be as much pain as you. It's probably gonna. We'll have to see how, when she calms down, how she feels about this whole conversation.
Believe me that it's me. Could you let me go under? I can't. You see, watch as I drown. I wonder why. Are you bleeding? Wishing where you want to, she can't. Are you bruised? Are you broken? Are you your life to live?
Oh my gosh. Oh no. The way the husband is trying so hard to reach out to her, and the like simulacrum of the son is so like aggressively against him. Oh, that's so sad. That is, oh, he said way back at like the beginning in the first song, he's like, yeah, dad hates me. In a way, he does, because he's like, he's dead. Move on. Well, I mean, he doesn't hate the son. He hates this, like, vision, like, thought of him that she has formed in her mind, that she believes is still here.
Help you to know that so am I.
I mean, in a way, yeah, but in a way that I don't think is really healthy. Oh, and here she is looking at him, at the son, while the husband is trying so hard, and she won't even look at him. I'm sorry. Wow, simulacrum. Do you have a no? I just have a large vocabulary. I like learning words. Etymology and all that kind of stuff is very fun. Although word-day calendar would be cool to have. Also, it's wild that he's saying "look at me" at the before, when he was saying it to the dad, who cannot hear him because he's not real. Whew. And now there's the son standing between them. Oh my goodness. I don't know how they're gonna overcome this. If they can they overcome this like barrier between them? I don't know. Bravo. That was so emotional. And what a reveal. I mean, like, I immediately knew, well, I very early on realized something was off. The son was separated. He was like on the back of the stage, which considering they were having like a family song, stood out inherently. I mean, it always does, because it shows like a separation between people. The way he was ignored, and then the reveal that, oh, he's literally not real. Wow. That was great. I love that reveal. That was so good. Now we get to see the daughter, how she's doing. Yeah, that was a little bit weird. You guys happy? You guys alright?
She gets like this, she's useless. She can't pick up the phone, she can't drive.
But she's got great pills. Not that I would go there. That shit's inorganic.
You don't want to take those pills, man. I mean, they make her numb. I don't know what they'll do to you, but it's probably not great.
Really ineffective, apparently.
I'm old school, dying breed. While the preppies and the jocks are raiding their parents' medicine cabinets and popping Xanax and snorting Adderall.
Really?
But me, I've mastered the lost art of making a pipe out of an apple.
You could do that? That's crazy. Also, yeah, the Xanax stuff, that doesn't... I don't know why in my mind taking like more medicinal drugs for like recreational purposes feels worse than taking like plant-based stuff. Even though inherently there's no reason why it would be, although I'm sure it is, because a lot of those medicines aren't meant to be used that way. But just the idea of weed compared to Xanax just seemed generally better in my mind. I wouldn't take either, but still.
Yeah, you're the MacGyver of pot.
Nice.
Promise this will help.
No. What?
I do like that he said no, because he can't promise it'll help. That's
Son of steel, daughter of air. He's a hero, lover, a prince. She's not there. Blind, invisible girl. Everything a kid ought to be. He's immortal, forever alive. And there's
I think I'm seeing why she's so the way she is. Non-derogatorily. I didn't mean in that she's a perfectionist. She clearly doesn't like mentions of her brother. It's probably her perfectionism probably comes from the fact that I'm gonna psychoanalyze her a little bit, I guess. That she wants to like prove herself to her mother, so that her mom was like, because her mom is clearly obsessed with her son, who is dead and gone, and she's like, I'm the one who's here. Pay attention to me in this way that she might not even be fully aware of, but probably is to some degree.
I wish I could fly, and magically appear in place of here. I wish I could fly, I'd fly far away from here.
Explains why she wants to leave as well.
He's the one you wish would appear. He's your hero forever, your son. He's not here. I am here.
Well, there we go. That's what I was saying. Immediately, just could pretty much confirm what I was saying. All right, there. Unfortunately, how much you can seems a little limited.
Here she is, clear as the day. Please look closely and find her before she fades away. Superboy, the invisible girl. Sun is still a daughter of air.
What are you doing here, man? They're having a moment.
She's a hero, a lover, a prince. She's not there. She's not there. She's not there.
I wonder how Henry's gonna react to this. This is like a very emotional, like, outburst.
She's not there.
And this is a very important moment in their relationship. Oh, she's gonna smoke the pot. You know, I genuinely hope that that helps her to some degree, considering how rough she's having it. God, this music, this stripper's going crazy. Actually, what instrument is that? Is that the drums? Sounds quite slightly off. No, it's the drums.
Let's not get discouraged, okay? We'll find you a doctor, we'll treat you without hypnosis. You know, in the depression chat rooms, they say it's sort of like dating. You have to keep going until you find the right match.
They have depression chat rooms.
And this one's
Probably, yeah.
supposed to be fantastic. A real rock star. 3 women at work gave me her name.
3 women at work know that I'm nuts?
Yeah, I mean, you have to find, you gotta get recommendations somehow. I guess you could probably look up online, but some people giving their actual, like, personal opinion probably helps a little bit. I don't. But also, yeah, I'd feel a little embarrassed about that as well.
Diana, this way, please.
Hi.
What did you just say?
Welcome. Have a seat.
Oh, she's having. Is this how all of her therapy sessions go? She immediately just starts being like, I'm in love with them? Is that. Is she taking that? She's a literal rock. She's a real rock star. Literally, is that what's happening here?
Started.
Excuse me, what?
So let's get started.
Oh gosh, she's not. She's completely disconnected from reality here.
Nervous, Diana?
I am a little. I've been out of breath. Tingly, actually.
Okay.
Well, let's start by getting to know each other a bit. Psychotherapy and medication work best in tandem, but we'll try the first alone and see how far we get. Why don't you tell me?
Okay, listen. You know, normally I would say this is gonna go. That's like a good start. Unfortunately, I don't think she's gonna hear anything you say. I'm gonna be honest with you.
History, where'd you go and who'd you see?
My history. Well, I was diagnosed bipolar,
Okay,
16 years ago.
that confirms it.
But it turns out that bipolar didn't totally cover it.
Oftentimes, the best we can do is put names on collections of symptoms.
That's fair. I assumed that being bipolar doesn't exactly cover the hallucinations she's having.
It's possible
Maybe, actually, I don't know. Again, I'm not a doctor.
bipolar has more in common with schizophrenia than depression.
When I was younger, my mother used to call me high-spirited. She would know. She was so high-spirited that they banned her from the PTA.
Okay.
Sometimes there's a predisposition to illness, but actual onset is only triggered by some traumatic event.
I never know what to say when I have to go over all this. It starts to sound like I'm telling a story about some other person entirely.
Okay. So, interesting. Does this mean there's a decently high... It probably does. That there's a decently high chance that the daughter also has this bipolar, schizophrenic conditions that her mom has, which is very sad that these kind of things pass through the family lines. But
Why don't you tell me the last time you truly felt happy? Were you happy when you got married?
I thought I was.
okay.
There's a difference between just being happy and thinking you're happy.
Most people who think they're happy just haven't thought about it enough yet. Most people who think they're happy are actually just stupid.
I disagree, you know. I mean, I guess it kind of depends, you know. Most people aren't as happy with certain things as they think they are, but at the same time, I don't know. When I've been happy and I've looked back on it, I'm like, yeah, no, I was happy then. This might just mean that she's never really been happy.
I see. Were you happy when your son was born?
My son?
Tell me about him.
About my son?
Why is he still around? Who is he? What is he?
Okay. Has no one asked her about this? Because this feels like a very major, important thing to deal with about, like, her whole situation. Her son. I feel like you can't really progress with her until you've dealt with the whole son situation. We're finally gonna learn about this person she's created. None of this is real, but this is who she dreams her son probably would have grown up into.
I'm what you want me to be, and I'm your fear finding me.
Oh.
Come closer.
Where does he come from?
I'm more than memory. I might be a mystery. You know me. So show me. I appear. It's not so clear if I simple speed or I'm less than blood.
I mean, yeah, a lot of, like, hallucinations, like, a big thing with them is that they are, you don't really, how do you say, the problem with hallucinations is that you think they're real. From your perspective, they are real. Like, they, you know, from the outside perspective, we know they're not. But if you're the one experiencing and seeing it, it feels and looks real to you. And in the end, to a certain degree, that's kind of all, your perception is your reality. So
I'm alive, I'm so alive. I feel the fear that's behind your eyes. And I need you to leave me, it's no surprise. I'm alive.
I mean, in a way, he is. He's alive to her.
4 times a week? That's a lot, isn't it?
It's what the doctor recommended.
This is never going to get better, is it? He's never going away.
I don't know. No.
You know, this is one of those times when you can be a typical parent and lie and say yes.
Yes.
Thanks.
You know, he kind of is a good parent where he just doesn't lie to his kids. I think that's very nice. Oh, wait, that's interesting. That's why I've seen people with schizophrenia get service dogs who are trained to help them differentiate hallucinations from reality. That is so fascinating, actually. And that makes a lot of sense because it's literally essentially getting another set of eyes that you can trust. That's so smart. And also, you get a dog, which is great.
I am flame, I am fire, I am destruction, decay inside. I'll wait,
You know, Natalie,
I'll be.
this isn't all about your comfort.
I'm your wish, your dream come true, and I am your darkest nightmare. I'm so
It's about helping your mother.
Yeah, as the son is saying, he literally is anything. It doesn't really matter what he is. He's everything. Oh, because he's not real, so he can just be whatever she thinks about him. So he can be the perfect son, or a more like rebellious, real kind of teen. Whatever keeps the illusion going. And I understand why he's interacting with these other people, even though they're not responding to him. It's showing that the effect that he's having on them, even when to them he isn't real, but the effect he has is. So he might as well be flesh and blood in a way. I'm alive, I'm so alive. I'm alive. I like this song. Like, it's kind of messed up that he's essentially just enforcing his own existence. Which, I mean, why wouldn't... He's a hallucination in the end. What he says is just essentially what she wants him to say, and what he represents in her mind. So like, she doesn't want to move on in a way, or at least a part of her doesn't, and that part comes out in him.
Adderall?
You should probably stick with just CBD, cannabis, and not move on to these other stuff. Also, don't help her with this.
Xanax?
Henry was literally talking about how that's like how it's terrible, bro. This is the worst. Did he just flip? Am I crazy? Oh well, he did a little spin, not quite flipped, but. To a certain degree, I agree. He probably... She doesn't really want to leave him behind. Which is so interesting in this part. Again, he only says what she wants to hear from him. Before, in the very beginning, he was like, I'm 18, Mom. Let me, like, be out and do stuff. And he was acting like that because, in her mind, the illusion was solid. But now that people are telling her to let go of him, he's like, no, I don't want to let go of him. And he also doesn't want to be let go of. But only because that's what her mind's saying, essentially. My goodness. You're alive. And once again, facing away from the person who's trying to help her. And towards her son. The dance choreography is so good. They're really breaking it down. That was just fantastic.
It's been 4 weeks and I'd like to try something new today.
Oh?
Sometimes when these stories are hard to tell,
Okay.
hypnosis can be helpful.
Okay, so... She seems to be learning a lot. Hopefully she can help.
I don't think I could be hypnotized. I mean, I'm just not the type.
I feel like in fiction, every time somebody says, I'm not the type to get hypnotized, they are immediately hypnotized. Where hypnotism is kind of a thing where you kind of have to let it happen to you, but once you do let it happen, you're in, essentially. You're locked into the hypnotism.
Feet on the floor. Your hands in your lap. Breathe. Walk with me. Walk with me.
Keep walking.
Fall down long flights of
Stairs.
slice into the darkness down there.
Should we turn on the light? You know, with the stairs.
Walk with me.
Don't resist this hallucination, all right? It'll take a couple tries, but you just gotta lock in to being manipulated, I guess.
Down the hall. A hall that you know. At the end there's a door. It's a door that you've never laid eyes on.
Again, these like mental representations are so good. Like I was kind of confused about them before. They're so helpful to visualize what's being represented mentally, which is very important in this whole thing, because considering how much is about her mind. What's in the door?
Hear me, Doctor.
Yes.
Are you nervous?
No.
Good. Now,
Okay, the piano's back out.
make up your mind to explore yourself. Make up your mind, you have stories to tell. Search your past for its sorrows may last. Make up your mind to be well.
You come home from these sessions in tears. Is this really helping her? Guy? Guy?
We were both undergrads. Architect.
Is it helping her? I don't know. She didn't really respond at all. He's like, so she's coming back to from these sessions in tears.
Teacher. The baby wasn't planned, and neither was the marriage. I had always
Yeah.
thought I'd be too busy, but when the baby came, it all seemed to make sense. Until.
He's not here. He's not here. Love, I know you know.
Okay. So their marriage was, despite being unplanned and everything, it seemed like it was going really well, all things considered, until their son died. Which, to be blunt, I think that would affect most marriages to a pretty harsh degree. Okay.
Make up your mind, let the truth be revealed. Admit what you lost, live with the cost. At times it does hurt. At our first session, you told me.
I think, actually, the hypnotism is kind of working here. No, don't listen to him. Let him fall. Come on.
Catch me, I'm falling.
Feels like it's about
Please
someone
hear
else.
me calling.
Make it about you.
Catch me, I'm falling for the
Oh, like what you said about before, how when she tells the stories of her like situation, it feels like it's not about her, which I guess she's kind of like disassociating with the past, which makes sense because to her, her son's not dead. He's here. He's right here, guys. Come on, he's right there. Don't. It's all right. Which is the like hallucination, which relies on a certain level of disassociation with their actual real like past, you know?
I'm not supposed to be backstage, but for luck. Did you see my parents out there? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
She is on something.
My dad said they'd both be here, and I'm sure they will be. Will they?
Probably not, to be honest.
We had Natalie too. And I know she knows. I
This is the first time she's mentioned Natalie in the therapy sessions. Oh, that is painful. That goes to show that even though she says she loves her, all of her emotional strength is going towards a son who isn't here. And because of that, she's not there. Oh.
She's not there. She's not there.
Also, literally not holding your child like after they're born. I'm pretty sure that's like a genuinely psychologically damaging thing to your like relationship. Like skin contact and like being near each other when you're like born is like incredibly important. She's gonna blow this recital because of her mom isn't there, isn't she? I feel like that's gonna happen.
Thank you for coming. Natalie Goodman?
Let's try to understand what all of this is.
The devastation in that moment. This might be her manic episode moment.
Doing to you and your family. Fuck.
You probably should have said that on stage, man. Oh no, this is jazz it up. You gotta put the jazz in.
For your son, your distance from Natalie.
I'm sorry, I just, the thing is, you know what the problem with classical is? It's so rigid and structured. You have to lay the notes on the page.
Okay, we're kind of finding something here.
There's no room for improvisation.
I feel like she's having a manic episode. Or maybe she's fine. I don't know. I'm just worried. I'm stressed. I'm just like, because they talked about how this kind of thing usually has like a trigger event, you know? For her, it was the death of her son. Getting embarrassed in front of everybody and, you know, potentially losing out on a thing for like a scholarship for Yale feels like it'd be the kind of event that would trigger somebody. I don't know. I'm just...
Catch me, I'm falling.
Unresolved loss of
Catch me, I'm
depression.
falling.
Fear of loss to anxiety.
Flying head first into fate. Catch me, I'm falling.
The more you hold on to something
Please
you lost,
hear me calling.
the more you fear losing
Catch
it.
me before it's too late.
Depression,
Catch
anxiety,
me before it's too late.
One gets right,
Catch me before it's too late.
very real. The one problem leads into another and they feed into each other.
Catch me, I'm falling. Catch me, I'm falling. Catch me, I'm falling.
Wouldn't you like to be free from all that? Wouldn't you like to go home and clear out his room and maybe spend some time with your daughter? And let your son go at last?
Should we go?
Yes.
Yes, I would.
Okay, that's progress. It took a lot of effort just to get to the point where you can say, okay, I want to let go. Even getting to that point and now you can actually start healing. Woo. Although it'd be a very rough path. Oh, that was so good. That was so good. The Catch Me I'm Falling sounds so haunting. I know, I loved it. And in a way, she caught herself. It was like, okay, I want to be free. It had to fall a lot to get to that point. But recovery is not a straight, you know, consistent path. It's a fall of highs and lows. To eventually, finally claw your way back to a, okay, that it's not going to always stay there. You know, it'll fall again every once in a while. You got to maintain it. Well, you can get there. Oh, that was so good. We are nearing the end of stream. That being said, when does this act end? Does anyone know on what song the act ends? Because we'll probably end stream after that. Or if we don't know, I'll probably end it at 4. Hi.
This is good. This is a good step.
Okay, they're cleaning out his room. Man, had they just had a room that was for the son this whole time? Imagine being the daughter growing up with that room there. This constant reminder of this sibling that your mom cares about considerably more than you do, than she does about you. Woo. You probably shouldn't look through the items. I feel like you gotta pack them up and throw them out and be like, all right, I can't let myself regret this. I just have to do it. Although maybe she is throwing them out right now. I don't I don't know. Oh. Oh, this is gonna be so sad, isn't it? The moment they pull out the music box, you know it's gonna be so sad.
I saw you light the ball with your sparkling eyes blue, graceful as an angel's wing. I dreamed to dance with
So this is clearly her talking about her son. He really was like the light of her life. That's so sad. And they snuffed out the light of her life, and she just, I mean, how do you move on from that? I don't know.
whispered slightly, softly. You told me you would be true. We smiled around 1,000 stars.
Wait, I'm sorry. That's very interesting. I recently saw a theater group that made a real life movie version during the pandemic, and it was actually really good of this show. Like a movie kind of adaptation of it. Because that's really cool, actually. I can easily imagine how you could like make an actual show out of, like a movie out of this, like with a film set and everything, or real life set. Since I guess it was during the. Oh, it's on YouTube for free as well. Well, people should check that out then.
I dreamed to dance with you. I know the night is dying, dear. I know the day will dawn. Dancers may disappear, still the dance goes on.
Oh, all the things she wished she could have done with her son, I'm guessing. The dance, you know, growing up, doing a little dance with him. Like, even the small things like that you just, like, are never gonna happen because he's not here.
Dawn, I awake alone.
They put a warning of suicide at the beginning. And she is saying, I'll die to dance with you. After acknowledging that, yes, okay, my son is dead. And, like, beginning to the process of moving on from it. I don't like the connections my brain is making between these, like, details. I'm getting increasingly concerned now that he's also, like, convincing her. He's like, I know of a place that we can go. What do you mean by that? And actually, the song reminds me of the song from Heathers. I think it's Heathers. Yeah. Where the protagonist, I'm forgetting the names. I'm sorry. Friend is like singing about kindergarten before jumping off a bridge. It's giving me kind of similar vibes. I'm just saying, of a world where, you know, certain things. Free of the pain?
Goodman Diana. Discovered unconscious at home. Multiple wounds, self-inflicted. Saline rinse, sutures, gauze, IV antibiotics.
Okay, she survived. She's still alive, though. Okay, she's still alive. As long as you are alive, things can change for the better. My goodness. Okay. Wow. I guess I was right. My guess of what was happening was completely right. I wish it wasn't, though, to be honest with you. I kind of wish it wasn't. But all right. Okay, but she's still alive.
Isolated, sedated, and restrained. Damn it.
Okay, to be fair, I'm not that surprised that this happened. Because the visions of her son was very much a coping mechanism for her. It was a way to deal with the pain of losing him by just pretending she didn't lose him. And it really strained the entire family. And it was and it is not just was, is something that she needs to let go of and move on from. But just directly confronting that, even though she knows that she should, is not easy. And losing one of her major coping mechanisms, if not the pillar of her, like, coping mechanisms, I mean, you know, sometimes people think death is the best way to deal with that pain. And that is tragic.
ECT is indicated.
And they still do that?
We do, yes. It's the standard in cases like this. She has a long history of drug therapy and resistance.
I'm sorry, what did they say? That seems very important.
ECT is indicated.
ECT is indicated. What is ECT?
And they still do that?
We do, yes. It's
Oh, electroconvulsion therapy when they shock you. I don't think that works. Does it? I'm pretty sure that doesn't work. Also, I understand why he said you still do that. I thought that was like an outdated practice. To be blunt, it doesn't seem like a great idea.
She's acutely suicidal. It's really our best option.
That sounds terrifying.
It's really not. The electricity involved is barely enough to light a 100-watt bulb.
Well, if it's only 100-watt bulb.
It's safer than crossing the street.
Yeah, that's a very fair reaction. It's like, oh, 100 volts? That's it's not like that's nothing. My goodness. Is that still done? Is electrotherapy is Google AI, go away. I need like actual like medical information. Yes, it is, and it's still it is much safer nowadays, but it still has side effects. Oh boy. Okay. Sweet. All right. Is this gonna be the light in the dark?
And the short-term success rate is over 80%.
What about long term? How does that go?
I thought she was better.
Sometimes patients recover just enough strength to follow through with suicidal impulses, but not enough strength to resist them.
Yeah. I mean, when I was younger, it was like said very often that people would become much happier, like right before they, like a day or two before they're gonna do it, you know. Because I don't know. I guess because now that they've made the decision, they don't gotta resist temptations to do it or whatever. Sometimes you have the strength to be like, all right, I'm concentrating all my power, my will into just ending it, which is horrible.
Well, that's kind of fucked.
Yeah,
Legally,
but it is what it is.
we need her consent, but hospital policies, we need yours too.
I don't think she's gonna go for this.
Mr. Goodwin, you can administer ECT, you can take her home in 10 days, or we can keep her here sedated for 48 more hours, then discharge her and wait for her to try again. Look, go home, take the night, we'll talk to her in the morning.
Yeah, that's such a difficult decision to have to make. Putting somebody through this procedure, which they claim is relatively safe. I mean, they claim that about lobotomies as well. And like, the medication isn't working. They've tried the medication. Therapy isn't. I mean, it's helping, but it's not really. I don't think it's gonna help fast enough to keep her from killing herself, which is serious, very serious. I don't know. What do you do in this situation? Would you, if you were the husband, would you agree to let her go through the procedure? I probably would, because I'm essentially being told that this is the only way to help her. I'd probably Google, like, if I have to, like, blah, blah, blah. It's like, should I go through with this and, like, accept this and let them do this? And I'd probably come to very unconclusive answers and have to make the choice anyway. My goodness. My throat's, like, tight, like, from the stress of this.
Standing in this room, well, I wonder what comes now. I know I have to help her, but hell if I know how. All the times that I've been told the
Literally what I'm saying is just like, you have to help her, but how? I don't know.
way her illness goes. The truth of it is no one really knows. Every day this act we ask gets more and more absurd. And all my fears just sit inside me, screaming to be heard. I know they won't though, not a single word. I was there, at her side, she called, she cried.
Man, being the partner of somebody going through like something like this must be so difficult, because obviously you feel terrible for that your partner's suffering, but also then you feel terrible about feeling upset about certain things. And I've heard about this before, where after a certain amount of time you kind of feel a little bit resentful that you have to be there for them all the time. Maybe, you know, usually like only a small amount, but then you feel horrible about feeling resentful because it's like, well, they need help. Like, sure, my life is essentially revolves around trying to help them, and on top of all my other stresses, but I don't know how you could deal with that stress and like those emotions. I don't know.
Keep my feet right on the ground. Oh, now I need a lift, and there's no one around.
See, that's what I'm saying. He also needs support, but like, where is he gonna get any of that? Oh, and this, gosh dang it, I've grown to disdain you, but here you are. They sing so good though. Both of them, so nice. Oh, he just came in for a little bit of a duet there and then left. All right, see ya.
I'm strolling right beside her as the black hole goes by. Life's just a slower suicide. Here for the show, every high, every low. It's the worst we've ever known. She's been hurt and how, but I can't give up now. 'Cause I've never
I'm really feeling for it, man.
I could never be alone.
Dad,
Oh.
why didn't you take me with you?
We don't see much of you nowadays. Is this Henry really a good influence?
Like, compared to what?
Okay.
Oh. Man, it's rough, but I'm glad that he's still there. Trying to work through it. Guess we'll have to see how this procedure goes, because I feel it looks like they're gonna go through it, I think.
The after effects are minimal. You'll feel a bit like you have a hangover.
Mom, don't do this. It would cause brain damage.
Yes, but also the alternative is essentially suicide. I mean, it's not that's kind of a false dichotomy. It's genuinely possible that she doesn't go through this procedure and then just never kills herself. But there's a pretty high likelihood that she would. So I don't know.
Your mother's in for new treatment. ECT.
Okay. Now I'm gonna pee. What is that? I don't know.
It's electroconvulsive therapy.
Oh, they explained it. I looked it up, but I guess they're explaining it here.
It's shock therapy.
A minority of patients have reported some memory loss, but it's usually not much memory.
How do you
If you're trying to make us feel better, that is not the thing to say. Is it like short-term memory loss, long-term memory loss? What kind of memory loss are we talking here?
know how much memory you lost if you lost
You're
it?
kidding, right?
Also, Yes, literally.
Dad, that's bullshit!
Language.
Agents have said it's like becoming a new person. It's bullshit! She trusts you!
Natalie!
I get the reaction, but also, what else are we gonna do at this point? I'm sure there are options, but I sure don't know them. Oh.
Didn't I see this movie with McMurphy and a nurse? That
Oh, boy.
hospital was heavy, but this cuckoo's nest is worse. Isn't this the one where in the end the good guys cry? Didn't I see this movie and didn't I cry?
Also, yes, literally, there's so many depictions of electroshock therapy as like this horrific, horrible thing. Having to do it in real life, I would be terrified. It's like, oh my gosh, I've seen so many movies where this ends horribly, and you want me to do that to me for real?
Didn't I cry?
The modern procedure is clean and simple. Hundreds of thousands of patients receive it every year. What?
And how do they do? How does that go for them?
Makes you think I'd lose my mind for you. I know 'cause you're bad. I know still is bad. I ain't no princess, but I kinda fight for you. So stay out of my way. I'm no princess of pain.
So I'm guessing she doesn't give her consent for this then? I mean, most doctors look kind of similar-ish because of the whole uniform, but I see what you're saying. Hi. Hey. Yeah, no, that's a very fair reaction.
Shines in the crowd. Single sign that our house is alive. Our house, our home. So why do I live there alone?
Oh. I guess this is his way of convincing her of like, hey, listen, you know, everything is as bad as it is. You might as well go through it. I'm guessing. I don't know.
Why I wait through the night? Why do I leave on the light? You know, I know our house was a hole this chance, 'cause it may be our last to be free, to let go of the past and to be husband and wife, to let love never die, or to just live our lives. Take my hand.
Yeah, I mean, as we're saying, this is like, okay. Here's is where essentially the fact that I'm not a doctor is coming into being an issue. I don't know what other options there are. I don't know how many options they've tried. Presumably, it seems like they've tried everything at this point. They've gone to different therapists, tried different medications, for months, years, it seems, at this point. Like, probably not quite 16 years, but around 16 years. They've tried like everything. Are there better things they could do? Maybe. I don't know. Because to me, it really seems like they have to do this. Maybe it's not the case. Maybe they don't have to, but it really feels like it is. And there he's coming to sow doubts and be like, no, don't do this. Don't listen to him. He's a doo-doo dumbhead or whatever. Oh, he's just watching. Okay, sweet, sweet. Whew. I don't know if we're gonna regret this or not, but I guess we're going through with the procedure. We'll see how it goes. Oh, perfect. There you go. We didn't have to look it up. They had an intermission. Which is great. Because we'll figure out how this goes on Thursday. Dun 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 dun. Oh, man. My goodness. Oh, gosh. This is... Whew. What a musical that has been. I need to mentally prepare myself. Because I know. I can feel it. That on Thursday when we finish the second act, this is going to obliterate me. I can feel it. I don't need to know how it's gonna end. I'm just certain that however it ends is going to be very painful in one way or another. I'm hoping for a happy ending. I don't think we're gonna get one, but I'm hoping for a happy ending. But I guess with that being said, that's the end of this reaction for today. Oh, gosh. Right. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I had a great time. I'll see you then. Christian, welcome. You came right at the last second to miss the whole thing. Womp womp. It is what it is. You can join us on Thursday where we're going to finish up this musical with Act 2. Tomorrow, I'm going to be streaming on my other channel, playing Minecraft. Yeah, I know, it's rough. I don't know if any of you care about that, but I like playing Minecraft on there. I'm thinking I might do some, like, multiplayer stuff. If anyone's interested, probably talk on the Discord about that. Speaking of, I have a Discord. You can join the Discord to recommend me stuff. Recommendations that go on the Discord are usually put up on the polls before anything else. That's a Discord link for anyone who wants it. Alright. But that's enough about that. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. I want to come up with an outro arrangement for this outro song, but for now it's just, this is the outro song, doo-doo, this is the outro song, doo-doo, this is the outro, outro, this is the outro song, doo-doo, this is the outro song, this is the outro song, doo-doo, this is the outro song, this is the outro song, doo-doo, bye, 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 bye. It'll sound so much nicer when I get like some piano music behind it. I gotta practice that. Unfortunately, I don't really know where like my piano cable is because it's like wired. I should probably deal with that.